so proudly we had the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes had bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rugged the monster's stream gave pull through the night. Then our flag was still there. Oh, sailors that star-spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I see people are starting to chime in here, so thanks for sharing and thanks for coming on. Share with your friends. Let everybody know we're going to have a pretty good episode, I do believe, tonight. 18 wheels and a dozen roses, or dozen six-shooters, got it wrong. Hey, welcome. Glad to have you on there. Eric, of course. Eric already sent me a picture, said he's got his whiskey and stuff ready and his old bullhorn, so you guys have to have him send a picture on here. Maybe he can do that. So anyway, we got a pretty good show, I think, rounded up tonight. We're going to talk a little 2A items. We got Paul Metz joining us. Paul, want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
Paul is of course, he's a chairman of the Oliver County Farm Bureau, which I sit on the Grant and Sioux County one as a chair. We're going to talk a little bit about the raffle guns and cowboy action shooting and events coming up in North Dakota. But I'm going to actually jump into some 2A stuff right away, mostly because of what happened out in Michigan and some of the shootings going on. But we'll get to all that. Again, Friday in the morning, KFYR, 5:50 a.m. Mitchell in the morning. I'll be on there with Todd at 7:15 Mountain, 8:15 Central. You're going to want to tune in. I think we're going to have some great stuff on there as well. And Monday, first Monday in August, I will be on Michael Bell's show, and that starts right at the beginning. I believe that's 9 o'clock Central and runs till 10 o'clock Central. So tune in there. Should have a pretty good show for you. Now, remember, it's 2 hours, but with all the ads, I mean, we blow that out of the water right here when Jamie and I are on. I mean, we can do 2 hours in our sleep anymore. So we're going to be joining him on there. Brian, good to see you. And Brian says, good to see you, Paul. Long time since the Staten Gladstone waiting for our anhydrous load. So you must know.
Yes, it is.
Waylon Turn, is good to have you on there. I see Jamie's tuned in there. He went and shared everything. He must have made it home. I hope you had a great vacation out there. I know I enjoyed mine last week. Hey, we all got to get away, right? We got to have some fun with the family. That's what I think. Anyway, Paul.
Yes, you do. I just got to find the time to do that.
I'm going to get Paul into this. See, he's never done this, so we'll get him right into the cord here. So, all right, first thing we do each and every time when we start the show, and Jamie, you forgot to do this last week with Leon, but we do the Second Amendment. Paul, would you do the honor of telling us what the Second Amendment says? I got it up there.
Yeah. The well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed on.
Absolutely, and I think it's becoming more and more relevant, especially the things we're hearing in the news and the things that are happening around the country. I mean, we just had a guy go out from New Mexico, from Nevada, from Las Vegas, drive across the country, go to New York City. I guess he was mad at the NFL and opened fire. He got to the wrong floor. He shot the wrong people, took out a security guard, took out a New York police officer, from what I'm hearing. And the initial reports were the guy was white and he had a big assault weapon. Well, guess what? He wasn't white. I guess you could say he had an assault weapon, which isn't every weapon. I don't know, Paul. Isn't every weapon an assault weapon if you use it to kill somebody or harm them?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it could be a bat, could be a knife, could be a gun,
Fork.
anything you assault someone with is an assault weapon. So I always hated that term. But the one I really want to talk about, and that's the one that happened out in Michigan. Here's what I don't get. Maybe you want to add something to this, but so this guy, he's 42-year-old piece of shit. I'm not even gonna put his name because he don't deserve the name recognition. The guy that stood up for him does, but he goes into Walmart and just starts at Traverse City. Good evening, Mr. Jamie. I see you on 701 Nation. But he goes in there and he starts stabbing people. And here's what I don't get. It's a 3.5-inch blade. I saw a picture of it. It's just a folding knife, probably like an old Henry. Remember those, Paul?
Yes.
Henry folding knives. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. Starts stabbing people, and I don't know about you. Of course, we live in North and South Dakota, right? We live in the Dakotas. I'm carrying most of the time. If I saw that happening, my first reaction isn't to video it. My first reaction isn't to go, oh no, please help me, call 911. My first reaction is going to be to pull my defense firearm and probably create a happy-ending chronicle.
Yeah.
And you know what? And granted, some people did, but they didn't confront the guy till he was out in the parking lot. And that's when the hero, I think he's a hero anyway, because he probably stopped a lot of more, innocent lives being taken. And this is Derek Perry. And I really, shame on the leftist media, the drive-by media, as Rush used to call him. He was identified by his family as the armed man who helped detain a knife-wielding suspect. Authorities say that stabbed 11 people in Walmart in Traverse City, Michigan. And here's what's sad. They are not talking about this gentleman. Again, he's got the guy cornered, right? And they're making this piece of crap with Bradford James just, submit. And it's because of him and some other people that joined in, about 5 or 6, I understand. They went in there and they made damn sure that this guy was not getting away, and he went to jail. But Mr. Perry, great job. Without your reaction. And here's what's cool about him. I don't know if you've heard about any of this, but he is a Marine veteran. So here's a Marine that once again served his country, as far as I'm concerned. He's retired.
Yes, he did.
He's, he has the skills. He's definitely no stranger to confrontation. And he stopped this guy from probably doing a lot more harm. But I'm sorry, 3.5-inch folding knife. I'm taking that guy out. I probably don't even need a gun.
Yeah.
It's such a different mentality when you get to these urban areas. You're just like, oh, sit around. I mean, it's like I don't know if you saw you probably haven't seen a lot of the news, but there was a guy on an airplane, gets up and starts talking about, Allah Akbar and saying some other things and down with Trump and going to kill him, I guess. I don't have all the details. Finally, a guy, rather than sitting there like a bunch of them did, the guy gets up and puts him down and has him, basically has him restrained. That's what I'm talking. I'm telling you, someone gets up and starts doing that on a plane, especially 9/11 still in my head. I'm sure you did yours too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to put up with that. It's going to be a let's roll moment for me.
Yep.
But I just wanted to bring this one up because they're not talking about it in the drive-by media, and I know Jamie and Michael talked about it on Dakota Morning. I think Todd Mitchell and him talked about it as well, but they're not talking about Derek Perry and what he did. They're not talking about the use of a defense firearm to stop stuff like this. And shame on them. I get sick and tired of this. How come they're not talking about that? I mean, I think we all know why. But
yeah,
there's a picture of the knife. Like I said, it looks like an old Henry, right?
Yep.
And I love what his daughter said. Perry's daughter replied and said to a post describing her father's heroic life-saving actions as a proud daughter moment. And that'd make you pretty proud, wouldn't it? If you were a dad and one of your children, did that, or if you were son or a daughter and your dad actually was the one doing it, absolutely. I mean, you're gonna be proud. And the victims, I did get a little background here. Sounds like they're all gonna make it. Most of them now have been upgraded to fair condition. There was a couple in critical, but sounds like they're gonna be okay. One guy evidently got stabbed in the eye, which can you imagine that?
Ooh. So were these just random or were they targeted?
Sounds like random, and really nobody. From what there's not a ton of stuff out here because they're all talking about the group of people, not Derek Perry in particular,
Of course
just the group.
not.
And the sheriff actually come out and said he was happy about it and thanked everybody for jumping out. And again, not mentioning Derek Perry, the guy with the firearm, a good guy, with a gun that stopped it. And of course, the governor, Governor Nitwit Moore, she didn't acknowledge it either. She's kind of a POS, and I want to. That's why I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get Derek Perry. Remember that name. This is a Marine. This is the guy who actually stood his ground and took care of it. And we want to thank him because he definitely made sure nothing was going to happen. Alan Gottlieb, he's with Gun Owners of America. He said armed citizens often have often intervened to stop deadly attacks. When such incidents occur, we're often disappointed because establishment media seems to quickly downplay it, if not completely ignore it, the use of a firearm by an armed citizen to intervene and stop mayhem. This incident was captured on video, so it can't be ignored. Mr. Perry's courageous action deserves recognition, not just by fellow Michigan residents, by Americans everywhere. We applaud Mr. Perry for stepping in when it really counted. We extend our hopes for the full and swift recovery of all 11 victims in this brutal attack, and we congratulate all of the other individuals who stepped in to back Mr. Perry as he confronted the suspect. We are convinced that his heroic action not only saved lives, but was crucial in detaining the suspects so now justice can take course. And the guy's been charged with assault. I can't imagine why. To me, he better have attempted murder. It'd probably be attempted manslaughter because I don't think he thought it out and planned it out. And then, of course, he's been charged with terrorism. But again, that was why I wanted to talk about it. I wanted this guy to get some recognition. We don't have the biggest audience, but I think some people can help spread that one out there. I'm hoping. Oh, should we get to a few of these comments here quickly? So we got interaction from our people. Eric, good evening, 18 Wheels. We got, I got to catch up myself. Got One Shop. Hey, good evening, Patriots from One Shot Cap. Tom Donaldson says, hello from the liberal side of North Dakota. Tom, yes. And I talked to Tom in a chat a little bit ago, and we're selling. He was wondering about the raffle tickets. And, thank you. He supported us as well. But yeah, raffle tickets are selling pretty good. I know that between myself and a couple other guys, we probably got 100 of our 250 sold around here. So, and we haven't even got a good start yet. So I'm pretty happy and tickled about that.
So you're saying I better get on the ball then?
Just you do what you got to do. He did ask me. He asked me, and I guess I wasn't going to do this in particular tonight, but it was pretty easy to look up. So Ron DeSantis, you know who he is, right?
Nope.
You don't know who Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida?
Yeah. Florida, yep.
See, you're going to get educated tonight too.
I'm out of the loop here,
Well, he signed House Bill 7031, and what this did was a huge cut. I mean, we're talking huge cuts to the Florida budget. One in particular that was included in that is a sales tax break, or vacation, whatever you want to call it, starting September 1st to the end of the year on hunting, some outdoor stuff. To me, this seemed like a good deal. It's hunting, fishing, and camping sales. It's a tax holiday. And I got that around not September 1st, September 8th to December 31st. Essentially, Floridians are going to see about a $34.6 million tax relief when they go to purchase things like guns and ammo. The way it sounded, it looked like that was included when I was reading the bill. And of course, fishing and hunting and camping. I think that's a great idea. I really think that's something we need right here in North Dakota. We need a tax holiday for the outdoor equipment, including guns, fishing, tackle. I mean, you name it. I think we should have that too. I mean, I know the governor listens once in a while. So, hey, Kelly, come on. We got to get her done, right? I imagine, though, we have to wait till the next session, which that won't take place now until 27.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to quickly thank our sponsors, Lauer Auto Repair, and they've been with us from the start. You can go ahead and get a hold of them at 309 South Washington Street, 701-258-6308. I know a guy is going to take his pickup up there. Just talked to him today and get a little work done to those. I believe them are like an air ride shock. I think they're the same things in my Tahoe. Going to get a hold of Doug up there and get that fixed up. Again, we want to thank them. And Lauer Auto Repair, one of our number one sponsors. He's been helping power this baby since the beginning, going on almost 3 years here. Can you believe that? Wow, almost 3 years we've been on air. So I want to thank Lauer Auto for that. Of course, we got Horton Lasercraft. I want to thank them. They're the ones that they make these cool things like this. And he's working on some magazines for us right now too. So we'll see how them turn out. We got cups and other things. We've had a lot of things that they've helped us out with there. Of course, Little Angry Man Arms over there in Trail City. We don't want to forget about them. If you're in South Dakota, what a great place to get your suppressors, your rifles, your shotguns, your pistols. Look them up. LittleAngryManArms.com. And John can help you and get you everything you need over there. All right. With that, should we get started on what I had you come on for?
Yeah, it don't matter to me. It's rolling. Let's just keep rolling.
Yeah. So again, this is Paul Metz, and Paul is a cowboy mounted shooter. And if you don't know what that is, trust me, it's fun. But if you're like me, you don't need another expensive habit. And I can tell you this. Hopefully, we don't get nixed for this. But this is what you use. This is a Freedom Seed that. It doesn't really shoot seeds. Is that a good way to put it? Anyway, but you can take out balloons with it. And I had a lot of fun. We did our quick draw action thing there at last year at our annual meeting, and that was a blast, literally and figuratively. It was great. I had a lot of fun doing that. If I'd have just done it right, I think I'd have beat him too. But
I doubt that.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I think everybody that did that, they still are talking if we're going to do that. I told them yes. Had some people already asking. So I don't know. You're going to tell me. I mean, I'm going to order 1,000 rounds, like you said.
Yep.
And I don't know. Do I need to order balloons, or are you bringing them?
Let me find out on that.
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that because we got to get our other jackpots set up, so we might end up ordering just a bunch of balloons. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let us know. And this is Paul right here. Where was this at?
That was at the Lion D Arena, Betty Dietrich's Arena, where we have the majority of our shoot up at Northeast Bismarck up there.
Okay. And so how often do you guys have jackpots and or other events?
We have usually four CSMA shoots a year, and then we have what we call our Buckle Series, Jackpot Series, which is 5 shoots a year. And last year we did 1 jackpot out of that, and this year we're actually doing 3 jackpots out of that series. So we're going to have one coming up August 8th in Center, North Dakota, September 6th, I believe.
Here, I'll bring those up. Are these jackpots or actual events?
Jackpots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So September 6th we're going to be Hebron, and then September 13th we will be in Carson there.
Oh, well, I have that one. I'll put that one up.
Yeah.
There we go, right there. September 13th. That's at Carson. It'll be right there in the rodeo arena. And this Cowboy mounted a shooting jackpot with a quick draw contest. That's what we were just talking about. So anybody can enter that, right? The quick draw contest. I think that's what we're planning. And it's
Yep. And I was just reading a comment here. Eric, he goes, Miles Kuhn and Ron, and I was just going to chime in and say, yes, I do. Miles and me are good buddies.
Ah, cool. He says, a couple of my friends that do that shooting. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like I said, I've never done the mounted cowboy shooting because, like I said, I don't need another expensive habit. and what you're doing is the 3 stages. It's going to be pistol, shotgun, and rifle, starting at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Sign up starts at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time right there in Carson. This is in conjunction with our North Dakota Grant Sioux County annual meetings. That's what this is all about.
Yep.
That's why
And
we did it.
Yep, we're gonna do 3 pistol stages and then 1 stage of shotgun and 1 stage of rifle. And then we're gonna do full dress so everybody knows what our CSMA dress code. We have a certain dress code for CSMA events. So just so the public can see what we have to wear for our normal shoots.
It's pretty cool when you see some of the actual CMSA events. I've actually been to a couple, and some of these guys really go into character. I mean, they live it.
Yep.
And what's your? Do you have a character? Do you have a nickname?
Nope.
Or are you just
nope.
Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of us up here are just our normal names. We don't get that involved.
Eric says, if you put me on a horse, I ain't letting go to shoot a gun. I'm hanging on with both hands.
It's a lot of going on when you're doing that.
It is. You know, the first time I saw it, I think the first time I actually saw it was at the stock show when they do that.
Yep.
And I didn't know you then, but I think you were participating then. I just didn't know who you were then. And we met, we got to talking about it. So then I always found it very intriguing. And then, of course, I saw you when you came up and you demonstrated for us here the last couple years during our annual meeting. And that's why that's got us to talking about doing an actual contest. And I'm really looking forward to that because I think, it's going to bring some people to Carson. You know, they have their big Grant County Fair coming up. Now there's a little something going on in September too. And they got such a nice area up there. I don't know if there's going to be camper hookups available. I imagine there will because the fairgrounds has a bunch of them. But I'll know more after Monday because we're having a meeting and kind of get the rest of the details out for it. But I'm really looking forward to I encourage everybody, if you're going to be around and not doing anything that weekend, come on up to Carson and check it out, right?
Yes, and then afterwards you can practice see how fast you are with a 6-shooter.
And you can either get humbled or you might surprise yourself. I can tell you I've practiced a little here, but I am not using my own Ruger. I think I told you that. I had to clean on that thing because I'm just anal about that, and it was filthy after I used it. So I got a different one I'll be using if I use it. One that's if I clean it fair, it'll be fine. Maybe that's what I should. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll bring this up first. This is the events that are happening. I don't know if everybody can see them or not. I'm going to pull the chat down for a minute. If you can see that, this is the CMSA website, which is cmsa.com. Go to events. This is for North Dakota by state. Looks like you got one August 16th, Guns A-Blazing in the Badlands. That's taking place in Dickinson, North Dakota. So, Dan, you're listening tonight. It's at the Stark County Fairgrounds. Maybe that might be something cool to take in there. August.
Yeah, and we're actually going to do a beginners beginner shooter clinic that morning before that morning or that evening that we shoot.
Cool. Sounds like a great weekend in the Badlands area. And then you got the second day, Guns A-Blazing Badlands too. So what's the difference? Just you got that many people that attend, you do 2 days, or is that a different thing?
Nope. So each day is its own shoot. So we're doing Saturday evening. We'll do just shoot 1. And then Sunday morning, we do the shoot 2. And then that counts. So you got to have, CSMA, you got to have so many points to go to Worlds, and Worlds is usually second week in October down in Amarillo, Texas. So you need to make so many shoots and get so many points so you can go down to Worlds, and then you can shoot against everybody that makes it to Worlds.
Gotcha. And I'm just looking at the 17th. That's on Sunday. 7 a.m. is your check-in. 9. And it's all Mountain Standard Time. Mandatory safety meeting. 9:25 national anthem and presentation. 9:30 main match starts. And then entry fees are $80 for the main match. 40% payout. $35 for a multi-horse. $20 for the 3D jackpot with 100% entry payout of the entry fee. $10 clean shooter. So what's that? Tell me what the clean shooter is.
So if you run all 3 stages and you do not miss a single balloon, you are in the clean shooter money then.
Ah,
If you sign up, you pay your $10 and sign up to be in the clean shooter.
gotcha.
So each missed balloon is 5 seconds on your time. So the cleaner you shoot and the faster time you'll have
Okay.
to.
And there's a $50 rifle entry fee, 32% of the payout.
Yeah. And then I believe Saturday is a
Okay.
shotgun. So what we do is one shoot we do shotgun, next shoot we do rifle.
I got
That way when you're at Worlds, you can get your rifle points and your shotgun points if you want to shoot rifle and shotgun at Worlds.
okay. Sounds cool. I'm just this is a lot of this is new to me too. Like I see you got AQHA. Looks like that qualifies for points in AQHA. Your security open.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this one
But
don't, but
that's
evidently they can.
Yes, we can. If we got enough AQHA, in case anyone doesn't know, is American Quarter Horse Association.
Yep.
So we can run, if you got a registered quarter horse, you can run in the AQHA and in the CSMA 2 under AQHA.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm just scrolling through here, and I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can either spend money on or just have fun in there, or choose and focus on one of them. So
it's a family friendly event. I mean, it's we got kids as young as 5 years old riding in the Wranglers that just ride the patterns, and when they get up in that is limited Wranglers until I believe they're 10.
Okay.
When they're 11 and 12, they do open, and then they have to point a gun and shoot at the balloons, but they don't have any ammunition or blanks. We call them black powder blanks.
Okay.
They do not that, but they just have to engage, what we call engage the target, like they're actually pointing at the balloon, like they're going to shoot it. And then that gets them ready for when they're 13. Then they can actually start shooting the balloons. But also, as when you're an open Wrangler, we actually do ground shooting. So they actually do get the shoot a gun, and they have to shoot 5 balloons standing on the ground. And then we make sure that they doing everything safely.
Awesome.
That way, when they get on the horse and they're 13, they know good gun handling, safety of the gun, and how to control their horse and stuff.
Well, think about this. To me, I mean, if you got the means and the time, and like I said, it can get expensive, but it's a lifelong skill.
Oh yeah.
You're learning how to ride. Okay. I've been riding horse for many years, but I don't do it as often as I probably should anymore. And then you're learning to shoot. 2 very valuable skills. Yes, it's in competition. It's a little bit different type. But nonetheless, the basics are the same. The safe handling of a firearm, the shooting of a firearm. And, of course, from a mounted, breathing, living animal, that adds a little bit more to it. To me, I think.
Yeah, and anything can happen. I just got piled off my horse my last shoot, so I've been out of the circle for a little bit trying to heal up again.
Just as bad as rodeo. You got to get healed up.
Yes.
I mean, I tried my hand at that, and well, my hand is a $3,800 wrist surgery from back then with 2 pins, but it was a lot of fun. And I said, to me, getting the kids involved in something like this makes more sense than a lot of other different sports. I love the fact that it,
and that's how I got started. My daughter wanted to do it, and I'm like, well, I ain't gonna haul you around and just sit around and watch you.
Part of
it.
I
do it too. And,
well, I see you. I see you sit on the board here. Looks like club officers. Must be for the North Dakota.
Oh yeah.
Now that looks like maybe it's an at-large deal, but board number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Yep.
Yeah, I was kind of looking.
Yeah,
through
we're
this.
just general board of directors, so that's kind of doing stuff like this, helping out, like jackpots, putting on jackpots and stuff.
And that's what we're doing in Carson. That's a jackpot shoot. And I invite everybody. And if you know how to do this, or I'm guessing not, you can't just enter unless you have some experience, right?
Yeah.
So, but
if you're interested, you just come talk to me, or like Eric. He knows Miles and Ron. I mean, to any one of the club members, and we got at least 1 to 2 beginner shooting clinics we put on a year that get you guys started, get your horses broke, show you the different pistols. It's all 45 caliber Colts, but there's Birdhead, Rugers, Colts, and so we'll get you matched up with gear so you guys know which gear. You can try all the gear out, see which gear you like better. And if you decide you like it and you come to a shoot, we'll all borrow you gear so you guys can shoot with the rest of us. You know? So it's long as you, I mean, there's some of us, like Miles has a couple extra horses. If you're new and you want to shoot, he'll borrow you your horse even.
There you go, Eric. You can get set up and go. Maybe you can use your 454 Casal. That'll shoot a 45 Colt out of it.
Yeah, it's got to be single action.
Okay.
It's got to be single action. Yeah.
So I'm gonna quick just run down a few of these other events. Looks like you got August 30th is the North Dakota State shoot. August 31st through September 1st is a Capital Battle Shootout. September 20th is the Real Deal Border War 1. That one sounds interesting. That's in Portland, North Dakota. Not the bad Portland.
Yeah.
This is the one in North Dakota.
Yes, it is, and it's awesome out there. We had our first shoot out there last year, and it was a blast. It was just a cool area to be in, and yeah, we had a good turnout.
And I see that one's put on by the Wild Rice Peacemakers, but then day 2, the 21st, is put on actually by the North Dakota Mounted Shooting and Shooters Association.
So when you do border wars, what you do is you get in with you take the one club takes the shoot one day, and then the other club takes the shoot the second day.
Okay.
So that's why we call it border wars. And then like South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, they have a border wars shoot. And let's see, this year was, I think, the 3rd week of June, and they had it down in Nebraska this year. So they actually had 3 days of shooting. So each club put a day of shooting on.
Okay.
And that's when you call them border wars. It's usually 2 clubs doing a shoot, and then one club puts it one day, next club the next day. So,
all right. Well, I'll tell you, we'll come to some comments here and some other things. We're going to take a quick break, Paul. So thanks some of our sponsors.
Okay.
And we will be right back to talk more cowboy action shooting. I've always been intrigued with it. I did love doing that we did up there last year with the quick draw. It's a lot of fun, guys. And I can tell you right now, like I said, I don't need another expensive habit. So for me, I'm not gonna do it. But all right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber, rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy. Kinetics. To some, it's just a constant constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Lasercraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we're back. Our guest tonight is Paul Metz. He's with the Cowboy Mounted Shooting Action Organization and has a lot of fun out there. So I'm going to get to a few of these comments here first. Eric says, well, we got that one. Doug says, I have a horse I can borrow. Yes, we answered that a little bit. So yeah, Doug, I think that'd be great. Lauer Auto Repair can go ahead and sponsor Axe as a mounted cowboy action shooter. I think that'd be great. How about that, Paul? Get him on top of a big steed.
Yep, that'd work.
He goes, I might need a riding lesson. Josh Patterson says, I don't trust a horse, let alone trust shooting off of one. So not that I've done cowboy action shooting, but I have shot off of my horse. One way I don't recommend, and we'll go a little bit into this maybe, do not take the biggest gun you got, which I happen to have, or not the biggest one. The biggest one I had at hand was a 12-gauge shotgun. And I went and initiated my horse to go hunting because I had 2 weeks to get him ready. He did it. He did fine, but I don't recommend that at all. Eric wanted to have a link to all those events. So here's what I did. I'll put it on the G&T701 Facebook page when we're done. Unless, Jamie, I'm guessing you're still listening. If you want to hop on there, you can share this as well. But I put the link in the comments. I think you guys can grab that. And then I'll get it up on our Facebook page after the show. And I'll probably try to I'll see if I can't drop it onto our webpage too. That way you'll have those events for everybody. So, yeah, I think that'd be great if you could make it to some of those. Let's see. It said, Eric says, when you say border war, my brain went to the southern border. Now that would be fun.
Yes, it would.
Guys, I mean, we could go into that, but right now there ain't much to shoot at. We got that locked down pretty good from what I'm hearing. So that's a good thing. Good thing. All right, so I was just mentioning, and our good friend Wayne Muth, I think, is involved with this, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He just got involved last year. Him and Miles and another one of our members, Miles' wife Jolene, they just had the Western National finals down in Las Vegas. So they're all on their way back from Las Vegas from this past weekend.
Really? Okay. I did not know that. So that's great. So Lynette asked, she goes, does Horton Lasercraft have a website? I just Googled it, but they don't have. No, but they do have a Facebook page. And I'll tell you what, Lynette, I'll drop that in here right now for you. So there's a link to that, just right there. And it's basically, facebook.com, just go Horton Lasercraft, and it'll come up. And I don't think you'll be disappointed with the work they do. I mean, if Doug needs some more new cups, I bet you they can set him up with that too. So I love supporting our sponsors. I encourage everybody to do it, because about the sponsors, this whole thing don't go around. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And speaking of sponsors, I know we sponsored your daughter. Was that last year, right?
2 years. Yeah, it was Les last year. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
She never asked again, and I kind of forgot about it. But let us know, because I'm pretty sure that we would do it again. I mean, I love this idea.
Okay.
To me, I'll tell everybody right now, nothing against school-sponsored athletics. Good for you. I was a part of them too, but I don't support stuff like that. None of the things, none of my companies, nothing that I do supports normal athletics. I always go for the shooting sports programs or things like Cowboy action shooting, maybe shooting events. That's the kinds of things, hunting and shooting and outdoor stuff. That's the kinds of things that we support. And that's just where we focus. Because to me, that's a lifelong skill you'll always use.
Yes, it is.
I can tell you, as a wrestler in high school, and I was pretty damn good, it did nothing for me as far as in my adult life. It was fun. Maybe it taught me the rights and wrongs, maybe, but I learned that through a lot of other things myself. But I'm telling you right now, I just, the money, I'm not going to go down that road. I think that nothing against it, but I would rather support things that kids can take with them as lifelong skills, and you learn the same social aspects as you do in the other sports. So I'll get off my soapbox on that.
Okay. I'll answer a comment here. Yes, Kayla Cole and Amy Sen also do it too. I know that both of them.
Like I said, guys, get out there when you see these events. So like I said, I posted that. I'll make darn sure that I get that somewhere on our Facebook page. But go check these events out. I mean, these are the events that are sanctioned. But if you got other questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of me or Paul. And if you don't have Paul's info, I can definitely get it to you. I'm pretty sure Paul will take a call. And he can get you set up with that. Because the jackpots, I would say, are probably they're more relaxed, and they're going to be just as much fun, and they're probably more local to everybody, be my guess.
Yes.
All right, Lynette, sounds good. We'd love to have you down there in Carson. And I encourage, if you guys are coming down for this, make sure you stick around for our annual meeting afterwards, even if you're not a Farm Bureau member. If you're in our area, we'd love to have you as a Farm Bureau member. There's a lot of benefits for that too. But we're gonna have a great meal. We got Trappist Brenner and Dylan Fuchs are catering it again, and they do a fantastic job. So please stick around. Yeah, we have business at hand because it's our annual meeting, but we're gonna have some great food, good entertainment, and we'll probably sell you a few Freedom Rod tickets. Gotta be kind of careful how we say that on here. But although we broadcast the Rumble and places like that, we also broadcast the CommieTube and Fascist-book, and they get a little sticky on sometimes how we say things and show things. So, Governor Kelly Armstrong got us nixed immediately with showing Tim Waltz how to use his shotgun properly. I mean, it was within seconds. Boom! Our feed to CommieTube went dead. So,
damn it.
So, Brian says that golf is lifelong too. But a shooting range is like a golf course, but for men. Boom, exactly.
Yeah. Way funner than Pastor Pool.
A bunch of us did that. That was on an NRA trip. We actually went out on a shooting range and set it up like a golf course. And we had so many shots. That was par, to make par and make the target.
Okay.
That was a lot
awesome.
of fun.
That'd
it
be
was a
awesome.
great way to spend the afternoon.
Yes.
And the long shot, and we used different firearms. We had different stations set up too. But the last one for number 9 was a 50 BMG. So that was a lot of fun. I do recommend, maybe Jamie, if you're listening, maybe we need to have the Guns and 701 rifle golf match. I think that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be a blast.
Could do it in the snow.
Do teams of 2 or something?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we got to think about that. We might have just come up with something here to have some fun with. Brian, are you in? I bet he is. So, All right. So getting back to what I was talking about, do not do what I did, even though it worked. I initiated my horse the hard way. I don't recommend that, but I didn't have a lot of time. So I'm not going to tell you what I've done after that, but why don't you tell us what is the best way to take, say you're a good rider, you know how to ride, and you want to introduce your horse in this world. Granted, if you got a young horse, we know that's going to be different than taking a mature horse. So why don't you lay it out for us? How would you start first a young horse?
Well, I didn't have a clue. So when me and my daughter started it, I'm like, we started on the ground in the round pen or in her corral. I guess it don't matter. Then we had my son just start with firecrackers, and I guess that's how we gun broke. We still gun break horses with firecrackers starting off until they get used to the loud noise.
That's a better way.
I would say the biggest thing is do not make a pattern. You cannot, because a horse will learn a pattern. So if it's every 5 seconds, they'll learn that, and if they're jumpy, they'll automatically jump every 5 seconds once they learn a pattern. So you got to make everything random. And then once they're fine with that, you jump on them, just start doing it, and just keep the noise going. And pretty soon, you take a and you always start off the back of the horse and work your way up the side. And you do a cross arm, or so. Like if you're a right-handed guy, you start off the back and at 6 o'clock, and you come up to 3 o'clock, and then you start at 6 o'clock, which most people can't. So you start at 7 o'clock and come up to 9 o'clock, and that's how that's the best way to gun break a horse, you know. And whatever you do on the right side, you want to do on the left side. So
I imagine it's pretty much it's the same as when you're desensitizing to anything, you know, loud noises, bags, you know. I mean, we broke a lot of horses on this place over the years, and you know, we'll hang plastic bags on the round pen so they get used to that, and just take it real easy. I imagine that there's a lot of that you do, right?
Yeah. Well, and then that was going to be my next one is make sure you get balloons and get them used to balloons flopping in the wind. They actually are more scared of the balloons than the gunfire.
You know, I could believe that, because like I said, when I did my horse, although it startled him, he got over that real fast. But he was afraid of. He always had a problem with things like a bag or something like that. He just never did get over that. But that had nothing to do with the shooting. But yeah, but I can see that balloons flopping in the wind. They're not used to it. That might be an issue.
Yep. And so that's the nice thing about our jackpots, our 5 buckle series ones. We set all the balloons and pick all the balloon sticks off a horseback, and that really helps train a horse to get them used to the balloons and the sticks and the poles. Mounted like your guys' jackpot, we try and get like 4-H groups, FFA groups that help set balloons and stuff like that. It makes the shoots go a little faster. But like our jackpot series, we always got more time, and it's just usually our local group, and we get people from South Dakota come up for them and stuff like that too. But it's a good deal to bring young horses, new horses. It really helps get them broke way better for CSMA shoots then.
Okay. So now, say you had an older horse, and I'm talking, you know, 10 to 15 years of age. Well, let's face it, they're a little bit set in their way. Have you had any issues with that?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I've introduced mine. I had 2 of them actually, and I did it a different way. I didn't have any firecrackers, so when I started he was 11 years old at that time. I wanted to be able to shoot around him, not necessarily off of him, because I was going out at that time. I was hunting a lot out in the Bighorns and out in Colorado, and everything's horseback. And I want to be able to drop my reins and shoot if I had to, you know, grab my gun and not have my horse run off with me. And then I was like, oh, great. Now I got to find my horse 10 miles from camp or 5 miles from camp. So I started him out, though, with 22s. And I did that around him. And, you know, really, I was shocked. Like you said, the noise didn't bother him so much. He was startled at first. He laid his ears back.
Yeah.
He got to the point where if he saw me with a firearm, he might lay his ears back, but he was good with it. And guys, don't shoot next to their ear. Shoot in front of it. I always thought of that too. And
We actually use
I don't know.
earplugs too in our horses.
I was gonna say, I know they make earplugs to use. I didn't have any of them at that time, but I always made sure that I was, like I said, I wasn't trying to shoot off my horse then, but I could.
Yep.
I mean, I desensitized him to that just like I did a rope.
Yep.
You don't just grab a rope and go out. No, I'm going to rope calves. No, you don't do that. I mean, you can try it, and you might have a party and get bucked off. But
Yeah.
Desensitize them to it. And I could shoot my 270 around my horse. I could drop my reins and shoot my 270, and he just sit there and like, all right, yeah, he's shooting again.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but they say 22, once you get them used to 22, pretty much every other caliber they'll be used to, because the 22 has such a high whine to it.
I can tell you.
I don't know.
So I used to go coyote hunt. I used to use my horse for everything. I didn't like to walk as much when I had a horse. I could cover more ground, especially coyote hunting.
Oh yeah.
I used to do that when I was younger. And you could really go into areas faster. Plus, it's like it didn't bother them. They could see you on a horse, and you just kept going. They wouldn't run like they do if you're walking or driving a pickup on a trail, something like that.
Because the horse smell covers your smell.
I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. And maybe that was confusing going, I've seen that creature before. I don't know what it is on back of him. So I can tell you, using the 22 and my Swift, a lot of times I had a 6mm. Those were all fine. That didn't bother him. But when I first started moving up in calibers, it's when I got to those bigger ones, like a 30-30.
Oh, really?
Yes, that one really bothered my horse for some until I got used to it. But and then of course I tried a 7 mag, of course, much louder, and then I had a 338 Win mag that he did not like. He never did like that.
Yeah.
But my 270 was fine. Any of those mid-range ones like that. 30-06 didn't seem to bug him. I mean, I shot a lot of guns around him. The 45 Colt wasn't a big deal. He did not like the 50.
I'm sure not.
The Desert Eagle, he didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he was good. Oh, I got a friend calling. Hey, thanks for listening tonight, Jason. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I can tell you that's how I did it. I worked my way up through the calibers, and he seemed to be good with it. Now, we got a new horse out here, but I haven't done nothing with him as far as that goes. I'll have to get him that way, because I really enjoyed hunting off of my horse. I did. And not just in the mountains. I used to hunt around here with him all the time.
Yep.
And I'm guessing it's about the same when
I
you're doing
actually
Cowboy
got a
action.
410, my 410 shotgun I use for Cowboy mounted action. I actually plan on using that, just riding out, going pheasant hunting during pheasant season, just to try it out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I loved about it was the amount of area you could cover. Either, like, deer hunt was great because you can see a lot of deer from your horse. Kind of gives you an idea. And you can even, I'd even round like when I was done in the Badlands, I called it our Badlands, our breaks down south. Go around, see something, then go get off your horse and then go walk it. Rather than walking in 2 miles to get there and then walking. I thought, this is dumb. I can't cover. There's only so many hours in the day in the fall, and I wanted to utilize them all.
I've had that experience up in the Montana when I first went elk hunting up there, that we'd ride up on the deer, and if you didn't get off your horse, they'd just stand there and keep eating, and then walk off, and we'd walk off,
Yeah, it just they look at you like, oh, all right, and they did not leave. But yeah, if you just stepped off your horse, they're gone.
Yeah.
And even the better part was I had my horse that I could pack my stuff out on. That was great. Throw it in the panniers and go. I mean, I didn't have to worry about it. The horse did the work for me. So I miss having a horse. I really do. All right. So I'm going to get to a few of these comments again. Brian Warner. Yep. Damn right. He said he's in on, I suppose that's when we were talking about having a shooting golf course.
Yep.
JD says, sounds fun. Not sure how we do it. I told him, I said, I think we can come up with something. Maybe we'll have to have you involved, Paul. I bet we can come up with something.
I'm sure we can.
Eric says, when I bought my place, I initiated my neighbor's horses with tannerite. They got used to it. Love it. Love it. Gene Cost. Good evening, Gene. Hey, we got a little announcement from Gene here coming up too in a little bit. Might be a little gun show going on. And Tom says, I think golf and skeet should be combined. Bright colored golf balls would help out. You know, they do. I've been to evening trap and skeet shoots. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know, they had, you know, it was kind of lights, but not really. But they had kind of glow in the dark clay pigeons. I'm not sure what they were using, but you could see them. It's not like bright like you think, but it was fun. Definitely use a white one. A white one will show up at the certain deals. He says, did you order a book for the 1030? There, I answered that. He's the one that was calling me. So now he's tuned in. See, we got another viewer because he had to come online here.
All right.
I'll tell you about it later, Jason. I actually didn't order it, but let's just say they took care of us up there. All right. So anyway, I really like the idea of a evening shotgun, even if it's just us taking throwers. I bet we could come up with something. But I do want this idea of a rifle golf course. I think we could have some fun with that. I really do. So is there anything else? So I know what we use for horses and how we went over that. I know that you guys use primarily just the 45 Colt, right? And they're the blanks. As far as in your pistols. Uh-oh. Do we still have Paul? He's all froze up on my end. Uh-oh.
Powder blanks.
Oh, there we be. Are you back, Paul? So I'm pretty sure they're using 45
you're froze up
Colt
on my
blanks,
end if you can hear me.
Oh,
Yes.
I got you back. I can hear your audio. Are you there? All right. So you're all froze up here, and looking at the live feeds, it must have been on your end. So, all right. So you 45 Colt blanks is your primary pistol, right? Oh,
yes.
Did you hear me on that one? Okay. So when you go to the rifle, tell me what you use primarily there.
Yeah. Well.
Oh.
So it's still a 45, but we use it's a little different casing because of the how the rifle action is. So we actually like using a 44 mag would be the modern version, or the old Winchester 4440 are the two that we use. 45 does work, but we have ejection problems because when the bird shot the casing expands after the black powder comes out, that it gets wedged in the chamber there, and the extractor doesn't like to pull them out in 45, so that's why we go with the 44 or the 4440.
Gotcha. And then shotguns, that's pretty self-explanatory, I would think.
Yep, that's 410. You can actually, they make an insert so you can use a 20 gauge side by side or a 12 gauge side by side, but 410, most of us like a 410 because then we can just pop them right in there. Don't need no inserts or nothing.
Right. So is it usually a side by side, or you use single shots as well?
Nope, it's a side by side, and the shotgun pattern, you get 2 shots to hit 5 balloons.
Awesome. Yeah. And I was watching you when you was doing it up there, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm telling everybody, it's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun, and I can tell you his daughter's a hell of a shot, guys.
Oh yeah, she'll outshoot me any day.
And that was who was up there helping the lady? I forget her name, and she was your cousin?
My cousin, cousin Priscilla, and she'll be there again with us this year to help.
And she's awesome, and I can tell that that's the thing about this. It's kind of like what I seen when I was in a rodeo. It's like a family, and don't worry about if you don't know what you're doing. There's always someone there. They'll take you in and show you, because we all want to see everybody. Yeah, it's competitive, right? But you want to see everybody have fun, and you want to show everybody how to do it and pass it on. I mean, that's how I always felt about it.
Yep, and that's exactly it. And if you don't have pistols, we'll borrow you pistols. You don't have holsters, we'll borrow you holsters. If you need full setup, we'll borrow you all that too.
Yep. And I can tell you that the ammo, because I bought some of it, because I was having a little fun here after you had me hooked on that. And then me and Leighton were out there. It's not horribly expensive, but it's not cheap either. Just be prepared for that. And if you're borrowing stuff, make sure you offer something to somebody. And it's kind of like when we did the other deal. We actually told everybody so much because we had to cover the ammo and the supplies. And that all costs money. There's always a dollar amount to it. All right. What did Dougie say here? He says, I'm looking for a Cowboy holster and a 2-gun rig. Any recommendation? I bet Paul can set you up. You know a guy.
Oh, yeah. Drover Supply out of Montana is, I would say, by the far our favorite holsters so far that we've had. My daughter loves them. They're so Cowboy action or Cowboy mounted shooting. We wear our holsters different than what you see in the Old West movies. We actually wear them. I don't know if you can see me, but we wear them up high, about mid-waist, right below your rib cage is where we wear them. Some guys do wear them low, but so they're a little different. Yep.
So if you can see it there, Drover Supply right there.
Yep, that's where both my holsters and my daughter's holsters. They got what they call a dump holsters, but you can see like on the
right there, you can see it
there. You can see where we run with our holsters. We actually run them up pretty high,
which would make sense being on a horse.
Yep.
Yeah, not everything's like the movies, is it?
Nope, that's for sure.
So, all right, Doug, there you go. And there's plenty of guys that custom make too. I know that you and I had talked about when we were doing this this raffle, but there's guys that make custom stuff. So yeah, you get a hold of me, or I can get you in touch with Paul. We can probably make something happen if that's what you're looking for.
Yep, there's a guy, local guy in Hazen that he could build you whatever you're looking for too, and be good quality.
All right. So Gene says, champion sash shooter once said, I'd rather help a friend become a champion than a champion with no friend. That's a great. I love that.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes, it
and
is.
That's the truth. I knew that even when I was riding, and I wasn't great at it, but I was having fun. But there was plenty of guys that helped you kind of based on that. I kind of seen that in your guys'
oh yes, definitely
shooting community. I saw that even in different ranges, range community. And David Fetting, who you've met, 1760 Sports, he's a competitive shooter. Same thing. That community, don't be intimidated if you see the guy that's won every state championship. They are more than willing to help guide you and get you started. If you're an amateur and you've got some gear, they'll teach you how to use it. Don't be afraid of that. This isn't like some sports. Most of these kinds of sports, people are more than happy, and they welcome new people. They really do.
Yes, we do. That's for sure.
All right. Yeah, right here. Brian Warner. He says, I've never seen a shooting competition where everyone didn't help out someone that wanted to try it. Absolutely. And I agree. I see that all the time. Hell, you can go to the range. I don't know about you, Paul, but I've been to the ranges. If I see someone over there, you can tell is kind of struggling or they're new to it, I go over and I offer to say, hey, can I help you out? Because I don't want them to be discouraged. And
that's for sure.
You want them to have an enjoyable experience, and it's a whole lot better if you got someone helping you that knows and has been there. That's always been my philosophy on that. Doug says, okay, thanks. So good. Like I said, if you need his number, Doug, I'll get you in touch with him. And yeah, I'm sure we can find you some holsters. I don't think that would be an issue. All right. We are at the top of the hour. That hour goes fast, don't it, Paul?
Yes, it does.
You can stick around for a little bit longer, can't you?
Yep.
All right. Well, then we're going to take another break, top of the hour here. And I'm going to try to, we'll go about probably another half hour. I'm not going to go 2 hours like me and Jamie do. And we'll talk about a few things. We got gun show coming up. We got plenty of other things to talk about here. So stick with me. After the break, we'll have Paul Metz back here with us, and we're going to talk a few other things. So we'll see you here right after our main break.
located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Lasercraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we're back again here. Our guest is Paul Metz. He's been talking cowboy action shooting and some other things, how to train your horse, get a good start. And I don't know, I think I agree with what Shiloh says there. It's a great community. The cowboy mounted shooting is fun.
Yes, it is.
And it's, I think
It is.
I think that's with anything when you get into shooting, sports, hunting, whatever it might be. I don't think you're ever going to find them people who say, gosh, I sure wish you'd get out of here. I've never heard anybody say that.
You make friends all over the countryside. I mean, we got good friends in Utah and Montana, Nebraska, Texas. I mean, you meet awesome people everywhere you go.
Yeah, and some are experienced, some are new, some are amateurs, and they're all willing to help and share their knowledge, really. And Gene made that comment here. He says, most talk at a lever match, because he loves his lever action, is what kind of rifle do you have, what powder are you shooting, etc. Yeah, well, I've even saw that at the shoots, like what Jamie and Axe, and we put on Axe's place there at Gun and 701. It always leads to, hey, what are you shooting? Do you reload? It just, what kind of glass are you using? Whatever, depending on what the shoot is. It always comes down to that. And I don't think I've ever been to any kind of a shoot, any kind, where people said, I just really hate having all these new people here. I've never heard that.
Nope, never.
So yeah, it's a great community. I think it's more than just the competition. Wouldn't you say that?
Oh yes, definitely. It's the camaraderie, the friendships you make, the fun you have after the competition's over. Is most of us stick around and have a beverage or two and have a potluck and just hang out after a competition.
Yeah, absolutely. And Doug says, "Have gun, we'll make friends. Have gun, we'll travel, we'll make friends." Yeah,
yes.
It is. It's a great community, and that's why when the leftists thinks they're going to take our rights away, I'm like, you can try. I mean, they've tried and they've made progress at times, but you're never going to get them all. And eventually, we will have enough. And when we rise, if we need to rise up as a whole, trust me, there ain't nothing stopping that community.
I guarantee you, some of us can shoot off of a horse really well.
That's right. Keep that in mind, lefties. You guys might live in your cities and have problems. And they do have problems, but most of them are self-made. It has nothing to do with firearms. So, no, is there anything else you kind of want to touch on?
No, I think we covered everything. I mean, just
one thing I will ask.
Family event.
Oh, yeah, great family-oriented events. One thing I want to say is, so we didn't talk about it, and this would be where, if I did this, I'd probably have to get right into it because I love wearing the old clothes. So when you're in those kind of competitions, what is the minimum you have to wear? And, of course, some people go above, and they really get into character, which would be fun.
Yeah. So minimum is boots, pants, cowboy hat, long sleeve shirt, Western attire shirt,
Right.
chaps or chinks, and then a holster with 2 guns.
So that's the minimum, and that's pretty easy to meet. Honestly.
Yes. And then, we actually, like at CSMA, they actually got cavalry, so you can dress up blue or gray and do the cavalry events. And that's a little different rules, not fully them, but you got to have like the cavalry had, basically, you got to have a holster with a flap on it, and it has to be snapped, so you have to unsnap the flap.
Yep.
And shooting. Let's see. We do a lot of women. They got to have long sleeve shirts. They can, if they don't want to wear a hat, they can wear a dress or a skirt, Western attire shirt. I believe it has to be over the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, most of them wear a corset too on the outside of their shirt, and then they put their holsters around there. And then that way they don't have to wear a cowboy hat. They can dress the same as guys, jeans, chinks, chaps, and
Right.
And
so wearing a hat, which that's not a big thing to like me or you or some others, but
yeah,
is there any penalty if you lose your hat?
yes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
There's no penalty if your hat stays on, but you got to cross the timeline with your hat on. You cannot lose it before the timeline, else it's a penalty. If you lose your hat during the run, it's no penalty. But we
got a
usually
stampede strap on it. You're good if it stays with you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We usually charge $5 at our shoot, just give to the balloon setters, to all the kids. Like we get any group of kids that want to come in and earn money for their sports, like for volleyball, football clubs, FFA, 4-H, we pay our balloon setters to come in and set balloons for us, and that's our donation to the kids for helping us out.
Right. Well, and they earn it. I've seen what you do. It's not an easy. I mean, you're going to be busy, and then there's cleanup after that too.
Yep.
All them balloons get popped, and someone's got to pick it up.
Yep.
So no, that's a good thing, and that's a great way for 4-H groups or any organization if they want to get involved. earn a little extra cash for the club if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, we got some comments. You want to address that?
Yeah, we can sure get to that. Yeah, Shiloh says it's a great community. Cowboy mounting shooting is fun. I guess I got to that one. An armed society is a polite society, Doug says. There's very true. Shiloh says a lot of people let new people try different guns and gears. And that ain't just cowboy action shooting. That's any shooting, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've let, hey, you want to try shooting one of these? Heck, yeah. Or the shoots we do up there at Axis. I've brought several guns along that I didn't necessarily shoot, but others wanted to. Like the 50 AE, a lot of people have never shot a Desert Eagle 50. They just haven't.
Yep.
And people like to shoot different guns, or 338 Lapuas, or I know Axe there. Doug has a 50 caliber. I had a 50 caliber for a while. I think more people shot that gun than I did after a while, because the novelty wears off after a while. Let's just face it.
So Gene,
Gene asks, do you have a name like Sass does? No, you don't.
No. We got clubs. We got like North Dakota Mounted Shooters Association is our club in North Dakota. Minnesota has Wild Rice Peacemakers.
I think I seen one there. What, Rough Riders?
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, there every state that has a club has a name, and then we all belong to the CSMA, which is nationwide. So you got to belong to a club, and then you can. I guess you don't have to belong to a club, but you belong to a club, and then you join with CSMA, and then you can go to shoots all over the country. I guess. I mean, you can go to Florida and Missouri.
Essentially, you can make this as active as you want to or not want
Depends
to.
on. I mean, you just gotta you start at a level 1 and you go to a level 6, and once you hit a level 6, you're at the top of your game, and you can't go no farther. So we got level 1 through 6, men's and women's, and you start as a 1 and work your way up, and then when you hit a certain age, then you can go to a senior and whatever. If you're so I'll take me for example. I'm a men's 2 right now, just because you got to have so many people in your class to make it a qualified win, and I don't have enough people up here, and I haven't traveled this year, so I just stay a men's 2. But when I turn a certain age, then I'll be a senior, and we'll just say it's next year. Then I'll just stay at a seniors men's 2. So,
okay. So Doug asks, are pump action 45 Colt rifles?
I have not seen any. I believe they got to be lever action. So,
okay. And I know that there were some pump action firearms produced back then. I don't know what your cutoff model years would be.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's 1800s.
I have to go look it up. But there wasn't a lot of that out there. So, yeah. I mean, lever actions, obviously, they've been around forever. So, good question, though. Now I'm going to have to do some research, because I want to know that. If there, when were the first pump actions? I don't even know that. Jamie, there we go. We got a new subject. So, I was going to ask you something. I forgot. Darn it.
Yes.
I'm getting old, I guess. But I can tell you this, that I know what it wasn't necessarily. So this will fit right into the discussion, because we can't say, but you'll know what this is, and that's kind of what kind of was our theme this year. And we teamed up, your county and Grant Sioux County, Oliver, and we all teamed up to do this particular one this year. And you're going to get 2. So here's the first one. Now that would be considered a cowboy action gun, as far as qualifying.
Yes, it would be.
The Ruger Vaquero. It's a little special because, as you know, Paul, and all of us in Farm Bureau, John Reinhardt was a huge part, especially of our area. And John was actually the guy that really inspired the idea of the 30 by 30 deals that we did where we brought Trent Loose in and we educated a whole bunch of people across the state. That's where this come from. So our 5th anniversary one, if you look on the grip there, that was his brand, JR. So that's why that's in there. And this was his idea too, was to do these. Here's the back of it, and you can see North Dakota Farm Bureau here, and then I forget what's in there. I think it's a mounted Cowboy. I'd have to look at. I don't have the guns in hand, but then you can see right here that it's again in that part, and one of one. They did a nice job. A&A Engraving did this, and of course, here's your lever action. This is a Henry Big Boy. They did a great job with it. It's not maybe as fancy as the pistol. I don't know. I think it complements.
It's still
it nice.
sharp.
We tried to keep it simple, usable,
Still
but
sharp,
nice.
sharp.
It's very sharp. And these, you can take them out and actually use them. You wouldn't have to be afraid to use these. And I just think this year's is good. They did a fantastic job with these. And you guys know, hit the website. They're on the website, gunsinthe701.com. You can get those there. Paul, he's got a supply. We've got a supply. And I'm not going to, we got to be careful how we say it. So getting a hold of one of us, email. You can email me at gunsinthe701.com. And we can get you set up. I know Tom Donaldson, who was listening, he went ahead and sent us a check, and we got him taken care of. But when they're sold out, that's when we draw. So just so everybody knows that. And what, 500 is what we made, 500. If I remember right. So, but two for one winner. So it's a set. It's made as a set, and I think it's one of our better ones we've done. And that's what we wanted. That was John's vision, really, in the beginning, was to do something like that. And we finally made it happen because I don't know about your county, but we just didn't have the funds to do it back then, and now we do.
Yep, I hear you.
So we were able to get it done. So if you want one, you know how to get that. Get a hold of us. Let's see. Doug says they were a Colt Lightning, and he's not sure what year. Good. Okay, cool. Do you have one, Doug? I bet you do. No. He's got... Waylon Turner should sell fast. They are. They're. We just kind of got the tickets out, and they're going fast. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting this sold out fast. Last year we had to go a little longer. In fact, we did it at our deer challenge, steel challenge, which was great because we could do it live right there from Axe's place. But that's just let's get them sold out and be done. I think it'll be a lot more fun. So. Get a hold of one of us, and we'll have more information on this coming. There's some flyers being made now that we have pictures, and Paul and I are going to be talking a little bit. I think you're going to get them first, right? For you're going to be going
I believe August 8th I'll have them for that.
Yep. And then I'll have them down at the Grant County Fair, so you'll be able to find us there. I'm going up there for the weekend, taking the camper and just enjoying the fair for a change. I might even take in the car show there. Might take the old 62 for a cruise. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, they're Rossi replicas. Okay, there we go. Rossi replica.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So with that, we're coming up here about 20 after. And I want to mention this before we get too far. So we have a Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Show. Gene Cox is the guy that's in charge of this pretty much. September 13th and 14th. Hey, that's the same exact weekend as our annual meeting. But I'll tell you what, our deal's on the 13th. That leaves us the next day. So we might try to get over there. Gene, if you want some of those tickets like you always get, let us know and we'll send some with you. This is taking place in Mobridge, 212 North Main Street, Mobridge, South Dakota, at the Scherhow Event Center. That's right downtown Main Street. Got something for everyone. Admission is $10, and you get a chance to win a Henry lever action rifle. There we go. Antique modern guns, everything, ammunition, reloading equipment, supplies, artifacts, you name it, they got it. They got over 100 tables already on there. I highly suggest you do this. I really do. It's close by for just about everybody. So I would say it's a great way to spend the weekend. Head over to Mobridge. And the road ain't too bad now on Highway 12. They got it. I think they're even trying to do blacktop the way it sounds this year. If you need more information, contact Gene Cox at 605-848-2427. Again, Gene Cox at 605-848-2427 for the Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Gun Show, September 13th through the 14th at the Share Howe Event Center downtown Main Street in Mobridge, South Dakota. All right. Hopefully that did it. Hopefully we did a good job for you, Gene. I've been a life member of Dakota Territory Gun Collectors for a very, very long time, going all the way back to when Roger Crum was part of it. So they're a great organization. They do a lot of good things. They donate to a lot of great causes. So I got one quick question before we get off of the cowboy action shooting. Would you say that just about everybody, and it's got to be, they're big 2A supporters as far as when it comes to that community?
I would think so. I mean, I can't think of a reason why they would not be.
Yeah, I mean, because I do run into some groups that they like guns. They'll even, they make money with them, or they do fundraisers, but yet they don't really stand with us when it comes to the actual meaning of the Second Amendment. That's why I asked that question. I don't know if you've ever had that discussion with members.
No, not really. But I mean, like all the people I met, I mean, I honestly can't see them ever having an issue with that. I mean, we all pretty much have the same beliefs, you know. So.
Just a second. I'm answering a question here. Waylon says they got about 8 tickets left from what we gave him. So if you need more, Waylon, let me know, because I'm going to be up there Monday in the Bismarck area. Like I said, I'll be on with Michael Bell on Dakota Mornings, right there on KFYR 550 AM radio. And that starts at 8 o'clock in the morning Mountain, 9 Central, and it's the full 2 hours. So yeah, let me know. I can get in touch with you, or I can get in touch with Jamie, and we can make something happen there. Or I'm telling you right now, Paul's got some up there.
I come through Bismarck every day, so mostly every day. So
I mean, we're doing it together, but they're all going to the same thing. So it's just don't matter to me. Gene, I'll get you some, okay? Actually, I know someone who might be heading to the Mobridge area here in the next few days, so I'll visit with you later about it and keep you in the loop on that. All right, so we're coming up towards the end of the. If you got anything else to add, we'll go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to our happy ending.
Go ahead.
All right, so tonight's happy ending chronicle takes place in Texas. Go figure, right? Man, Texas has them people got stand your ground, and they love their guns, and they use them. So this happened in Grand Prairie, Texas. Grand Prairie Police Department, they're investigating early morning shooting that left one man dead and a woman hospitalized after authorities described as an act of self-defense. You gotta love that, right? When the officers are calling it an act of self-defense, it probably means not gonna be too much issue when it comes to, court cases and being charged and whatnot. Anyway, officers were dispatched when they got there after the following up on reports of a shooting. They found an adult piece of crap male at the residence with an apparent gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the Grand Prairie Fire Department personnel. So according to the story, the deceased male, they call him a suspect, let's just call him a guilty piece of crap that tried to beat his woman, went to the home of a woman with whom he had a prior relationship. He forced his way into the residence and began to assault her. So I found a local actual story on this. Yeah, he wasn't just assault. He was beating the living crap out of her. But luckily, she was profound in using her pistola. And during the attack, she got to her handgun, retrieved it, and shot him. Now, I was looking to see if it was in the head or wherever. Those details weren't available. But she ended his reign of terror. She made him assume room temperature, and he will no longer assault any woman, and that's a good thing. Woman was later transported to the local hospital with injuries sustained in the assault. Expected to recover. Follow up on that story I found said that she's going to recover, and she's not going to suffer any long-term damage. They didn't say what the injuries were. It was not from the gun. It wasn't from a knife. I think it was just from the beating she was taking. So the incident was being investigated as a self-defense shooting. No charges are expected to be announced from the district attorney's office. The identity of the deceased piece of crap has not been released. pending notification of his next of kin by the Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office. And when I tried to follow up on this, still was no picture, no description, no age, just that it was a man. It did sound like he had a lot of priors, and this isn't the first time that he had the police had essentially visited this place. So that's our happy ending chronicle of the week. We got a guy that liked to beat women, probably sexually assault them too, the way it kind of sounded, but they didn't come out and say that. And he has now assumed room temperature, as Rush Limbaugh would say, and he is no longer a threat to society. So that's our happy ending chronicle. We try to do that every week. I know. I have another one for you on Friday. We've been doing that on the Friday show. So this Friday, of course, August 1st, by the way. August 1st already, my goodness. And KFYR at 5:50 a.m. Mitchell in the morning. I'll be on there at 8:15 in the morning with Todd. And I was going to come up there, but being I'm coming up there Monday, I'm just going to go ahead and stay here and do it from right here from the sanctity of my bunker, as people like to call it. Anyway, I'll be on there. We got some great articles. I'm going to talk a little about the New York deal. There's a little bit more information coming out. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and the shooting that took place there and why it probably got as bad. And it has to do with New York policy once again. So we're going to go ahead and explore that. We'll have another happy ending chronicle. And then again, Monday morning, I'll be on Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. I want to tune in there. That's going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 Central, 8 Mountain. It'll be another great show. It always is. We do that once a month, Guns and 701. Jamie, welcome back from your vacation. Hope you had a great time. I know that he was putting some videos on there. I think he was having a watered down beer or something called Coors Light. But hey, that's how it goes. Paul, I want to thank you for coming on. Hopefully you had a great time. Hopefully everyone enjoyed learning about cowboy action shooting, mounted cowboy action shooting. Gene says, my stance on gun control. If you're going to have a tank, you should put the rubber pads on the track so you don't tear up the streets. I love that. I love it. That is the way. That is the way to do it. Assume room temperature, Doug says, ART. And Tom Donald's another great show. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate that. And with that, everybody, that's going to be another episode, conclusion of, believe this, 153, episode 153. So we're coming up on our start of our third year here pretty quick. So again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Paul for joining in. If you need some Freedom Rod tickets, let us know because they are going to start selling fast because we're just getting a good start on these. Everybody, keep your powder dry. Don't forget to tune in on Friday and on Monday.